me day 11 vegetative. All right, plant's looking pretty good. Looking better. Here's a little bit of leaf twisting, probably from the transplant shock. Hard to tell exactly how green they are when the light's on because the light is super white. So it kind of makes them look a little more yellow, but that doesn't look as rich green as I'd like. So we'll do a water test, make sure our levels are where we want them to be. New growth looks good, not twisted or anything. Real green looking, no burnt tips. So if there is a deficiency, which there might not be, it would be a mobile nutrient. So we'll have to think about that and see what we come up with. Looking good though. I'm very pleased to see that growth in the past couple days. Let's go ahead and do the aquaponics thing. Fish looking good, no casualties. Looking okay. Let's check our koi. Koi looking good and cute. Let's go ahead and feed our fish right after we check our levels. All right, inlet pressure on module 1 looking good. Looks like we got zeros across module 2, but we are getting a reading. It is coming back at 0 and not, so like when it's not getting a reading at all, the screen will just be blank, right? So you can see no data. So the fact that we're getting a 0 shows that the sensor is not reporting how quickly it's turning, but it is reporting something. So we'll have to look into that and see what's going on there. Turn it down just a little bit so the bell siphon can break. Let's go ahead and feed our fish. Start with a koi. 0.8 grams for the koi. They look super happy to be eaten, very cool. 3.5 grams for the tilapia. They look pretty hungry, very cool. Looks like module 2 just broke the bell siphon, perfect. All right, let's check the rest of our levels. Canopy temperature looking good, canopy humidity good. pH a little low on module 1. We'll go ahead and add some pH up. We'll do a gram potassium carbonate. You can see module 2's pH finally starting to come down. Looks like the nitrification process is finally happening. Tank temperature about 67 on both sides, perfect. Everything else looking good. So let's go ahead and do some pH up, and then we'll go ahead and do our water test to make sure everything is healthy for module 1. Fish haven't been in module 2 very long, so I'm not super worried about high ammonia or anything like that. We'll go ahead and do a test and double check anyway though. Looks like one of our fans is no longer stuck to the wall, but it is pointing in the right direction, so we'll worry about that tomorrow. Looks like the koi didn't eat all the food, so we'll go ahead and drop them down. 0.8 was a lot. We're just kind of trying to figure out how much they'll eat. So we'll probably give them 0.5 tomorrow. We'll just go ahead and leave that food in there and see if they want to eat it eventually. Let's go ahead and start our level test. All right, here we go. Okay, 5 minutes has elapsed. You can see ammonia is 0, which is great. Nitrite, which is 0, which is great. We got a real red nitrate. And it's hard to know for sure when it starts getting this red just exactly how much you got, but I'm thinking we're looking at 40 ppm of nitrate, which is pretty high. We're definitely risking a nitrogen toxicity, a little bit of nutrient burn, which might be what the leaf curl is for. But the other plants aren't getting it, so looks like that one back there is. Now it actually looks a little more normal. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the RO filter for the next 4 hours, fill it up, let it aerate overnight, and first thing in the morning we're going to do a 30-gallon water change. And that'll just help us get those nitrates down a little bit and make sure that these plants aren't burning, because we're only feeding the fish once a day, and we actually went 2 days without feeding the tilapia, and our nitrates are still real high. So we'll go ahead and continue to feed them once a day, maybe even bump it down to 3 grams for a little while, do our water change, and that'll probably bring it down enough to make a good difference. Other than that, everything looking great. Gonna have to do some experimenting on the pie and see what's going on there, but we can go ahead and start with rebooting it. So we've got, it's getting its power over the Ethernet port right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull that out. Let it power down for a minute. Looks like all of our wires are fine. Everything's looking good. Go ahead and clip that back in there and power it back up. And hopefully the old reset, turn it off and on again, works. Anyway, looking good. That's day 11. Real psyched to see how much the plants are coming along. Both aquaponic systems looking good and healthy, looking awesome. We'll see you tomorrow.